Our banking system is sound and resilient with strong capital and liquidity. We will continue to closely monitor conditions in the banking system and are prepared to use all of our tools as needed to keep it safe and sound.
All right, those words coming from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell as he announces another quarter-point rate hike yesterday. While 6% inflation continues to cripple the U.S. economy, the dollar just doesn't seem to go as far as it once did. Joining us now for more, Pennsylvania Congressman and member of the House Financial Services Committee, Congressman Dan Meuser, back with us. Good to see you, Congressman. Good morning.
Rob, good morning. Great to be with you.
Good to be with you as well. So two banks collapse a little more than a week ago. First Republic Bank and Credit Suisse have to be bailed out. Was this the right move by the Federal Reserve Chair?
Oh, no, bailout, bad idea. However, creating liquidity so as the depositors could receive their deposits, as well as the selling of assets. Look, they haven't done that yet, certainly with Silicon Valley. The assets need to be sold well before, in my view, the FDIC fund should be accessed. There were a number of mistakes made here. They made this problem bigger than it needed to be. This was relatively an isolated incident. Granted, we're seeing it spread, but it's because the way it was handled initially.
Right.
And the idea that Yellen, even the treasurer, comes out yesterday and makes a comment that deposits may not be covered after she and Powell both said the same, that they would. That was outrageous. That's why the markets crashed yesterday.
Yeah, the markets were down 1.6% across the board. The Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ all down significantly yesterday. The Dow lost like 500 points yesterday. So as it relates to were you for the rate hike? Was that the right move by the Fed?
You know what it was? It was
okay.
Predicted. It showed that there was some level of certainty. The 0.25 was the right Goldilocks level. So I was very much for it. It was baked in, and everything was fine until Janet Yellen comes out and starts stating that, we're not so sure if deposits are going to be covered. Look, this is they've created somewhat of an emergency situation. The reason deposits are covered is largely because 98% of the banks in the country are run in a secure, safe manner where assets outweigh deposits.
Yeah.
There are bad apples. Certainly Signature and Silicon Valley in particular was a very bad apple.
And it seems like there are more out there. There are more vulnerable banks, even right now, despite what happened with Credit Suisse and First Republic. Congressman, two questions for you, about a minute left. Want to get your reaction to what's going on in Lower Manhattan with Alvin Bragg and Donald Trump. We could have a former president in handcuffs by the end of the week, next week. It sounds like that might not happen, but it still could.
Yeah, it's a pretty outrageous situation. I mean, this guy Bragg, for crying out loud, put in there by Soros, literally bought by Soros. We got all kinds of crime going on in New York, and he's focused on this, and he's trying to make it out that a payment, that they can't even prove came from President Trump, is somehow indirectly manipulated to be a campaign in-kind contribution. And here's the deal. If that's the case, then every news station, every media outlet that suppressed the Hunter Biden story, which in fact helped Joe Biden get elected president, should be indicted and brought in on the same charges if in fact Bragg moves forward with this.
All right.
It's ridiculous.
Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser, thanks for being with us this morning. Good to see you again. And by the way, there are people in your district, I have no doubt, that are watching us this morning for the first time in 2 months on DirecTV. We're officially back on DirecTV, Congressman.
Congratulations. Very happy about that. My wife can now see me when I'm on. Hey, honey. Glad it worked out.
Well, thank you so much for your support, and good morning to your wife. Thank you, Congressman. All right, let's